By nature, our whole life tends to leisure. Nothing seems more paradoxical. Yet, this truth is so deeply engraved in the human heart that everyone plans everything to free up as much of their time as possible. However, they will generally deny the fact, as they do not understand well the essence of leisure. Firstly, leisure is not at all synonymous with rest, with relaxation. The confusion between them is due to the fact that they have a common thread. Both leisure and rest imply a suspension of work and practical action. In fact, the strictest meaning of the name rest is precisely this cessation, this pause of movement, as revealed by its origin from the Low Latin repausare, namely to do a pause. Strictly speaking, rest is the contrary of movement. It is the situation in which nothing changes, the eremia, the quies, which nature desires even more than change, which is its means. Both leisure and relaxation are something more than a simple stop, but because they nevertheless presuppose a pause and change in improvement, the same name of rest is extended to them. We call loisir rest, we call relaxation rest. But even if thus we make homonymous these three entities, stop, relaxation, leisure, we need to remain aware that they are not identical realities. When Genesis, for example, declares that on the seventh day, God had completed the work he had done, and he rested on the seventh day after all the work he had been doing, it is not, as we like to imagine, that after such a colossal work like creation, God relaxes, but simply that he stops working, stops creating, stops filling a void, as suggested by the etymology of the Hebrew name of work. Malacha derives from the root malah, which means to fill. Genesis then adds that God blessed the seventh day and made it holy, because on that day he had rested after all his work of creation. Once again, it must be understood that the cessation of all this creative work is not aimed at the enjoyment of a well-deserved relaxation, but at making a holy day of this day without work. Creating no more gives way to a better activity, opens on a contemplation of the kind that is described in a previous verse. God saw all he had made, and indeed it was very good. In the very image of that, a Sabbath, a Shabbat, a day of cessation of work, a Yom Shabbat, is prescribed to the Jews, and a Sunday, a day of the Lord, to Christians. Not for them to do nothing, nor so that they could rest, even if ceasing to work promises respite, but rather so that they may live a holy day, so that they could devote themselves to something better than their work, praise and thank God, realizing that everything he has done is good. Besides, in the sense of relaxation, rest is more a matter of work and practical action than of leisure, because it is work and action, and above all work, which tire and require rest for one to be prepared to carry them out again effectively. Thus, working days are interspersed with welcome breaks designed to ensure that a relaxation recreates bit by bit the ability to work, In addition, they are separated by nights made especially for that relaxation. Now, it must absolutely be understood that the leisure which work prepares and which is equivalent to happiness is completely foreign to that rest that allows us to work better.